In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can play 10 times easier on the piano. And if you watch until the end, I'm going to share with you a surprise bonus video on, well, not in this video, but I'll give you a resource on how to improve your left hand speed on the piano. So when it comes to playing a lot easier, this is for the people, even if you're a complete beginner, if you haven't experienced this yet, at some point you probably will. So I'm going to address this now. Is that you may feel like when you're playing, your fingers feel really tense and really kind of cramped up, and it really has negative impact on your ability to play over long periods of time. So what I'm going to share with you today is the one trick. Again, one of the ways, or the main way, to be able to play a lot easier on the piano is to release all of that muscle and to actually play with what we call relaxed fingers. And there are a few things you have to kind of keep in mind as you are reprogramming your brain to not use muscle, which is probably the most difficult part of this exercise, is because our brains are wired to use muscle and to control. And that's not just with piano, but it's with a lot of things. But this whole idea is to be able to rewire, tongue twister, rewire our brain to be able to relax our fingers as we are playing the piano, which is going to be an ongoing journey. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, but this is going to be a great start. This is going to be a great exercise to add to your practice regimen, if you have one. Again, if you are a complete beginner, first of all, welcome. Second of all, I'm going to give you a quick lesson as far as the white keys, because we will be working with the white keys in this video. So C, just like the alphabet, is the white key to the left of the two black keys. Then after C, it's D, then E, F, G. After G, it's A. After A, it's B. And then after B, it's C, and the cycle starts over. D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's all the piano is, just the same. 7 white keys that either go up in tone or they go lower in tone. Right? Simple as that. So the first thing I need to give you guys is some of the things you need to keep in mind as you are working on this exercise to help you relax your fingers and keep your fingers relaxed. As I talk about in my previous videos, the first thing is you want to make sure that you have proper posture with your fingers. So if you were to take your hand, either of your hands, right, and if you were to completely let go of muscle, if you notice that your hands tend to go into this naturally curved state, right? That's the feeling that you should be feeling when you're playing the piano. It's not like your hands are doing this or your hands are doing this. Like, you see how you have all that, all these muscles and whatever these are called, joints or whatever. Make sure that your fingers are nice and relaxed. Boom, right? Not tense and, So there are a few things that you can do to help you remind yourself, or to even know if your fingers are relaxed. So again, keeping your fingers curved, because it takes more muscle to do this than it does to just do this. So what that ultimately puts you in position of is your fingertips are the only parts of your hand that's touching the piano. The palm should be slightly elevated, so it almost feels like you can put like a golf ball in between the palm of your hand and the actual key itself. This is supposed to be the key sideways, so you can see what I'm doing here. So keeping your fingers nice and curved, where only the only part of your hand that should be touching the piano should be the fingertips. And that goes for both hands, right? Not this. And not this. Not where like your fingers bent this way. Make sure that it's nice and bent. Make sure that it's nice and curved this way, not this way. All right. So those are the two techniques you want to watch out for, and make sure that your fingers are curved. As I'm going to teach you this exercise, there's one thing that we're going to do is we're going to check not just the relaxation of our fingers, but also the relaxation of our wrists, as well as our elbows and as well as our shoulders, because technically the entire arm should be relaxed when you're playing. So even if your fingers are relaxed, you can't see my shoulders because of the camera, but your shoulders should not be tensed up, because again, that can impact your ability to play for long periods of time. So from your shoulders all the way down to the edge of your fingers, everything should be completely relaxed. So one of the ways to help reinforce that is each of the keys that I'm going to share with you, or that I'm going to have you play in this upcoming exercise, is we're going to move our wrists slightly up and down, up and down. So each time, so when we play one note, we're going to move our wrist up. When we go to the next note, we're going to move our wrist down. So that is one of the ways you can make sure that you stay relaxed as you're playing. And it also, again, checks to make sure that your wrists, because if you can move your wrist, then that means your fingers are going to stay relaxed as well. It's going to feel weird in the beginning, but I guarantee you it will help you in the long run. So again, make sure that your fingers are nice and curved, that only your fingertips are touching the keyboard, and that as we're going to go through this exercise I'm about to show you, that your wrists are going to be moving in an up and down motion, which I'll show you as we do the exercise. Before we get into the exercise, I do have a free piano in 3 steps video. If you are a complete beginner to the piano and want to get your foot in the door in terms of learning piano, that free 3 steps video is going to be perfect for you. It goes over the 3 things that you need to learn in order to start learning piano. The link for that 3-step video is in the description box, so just make sure that you go and sign up for that free video before you leave this video here. So the exercise we're going to do is we're going to have an exercise that's going to go like this. As a matter of fact, we're going to make it even simpler. We're going to do just the right hand. And I'll give you how to play the left hand, and you can do that on your own if you want to. So here, we're going to start with our thumb on C. We're not going to do the wrist thing yet. I'm just showing you how the exercise works, and then we'll go back and we'll apply the wrist exercise here. So the thumb will start with C. The index will then play D. And make sure that you play this cleanly. So as you play D, let go of C, right? Then our middle finger is going to go to E, let go of D. Our ring finger is going to play F, and then our pinky is going to play G. That's the first part of the exercise. It's just C, D, E, F, G, thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. Right? Then the next part, we're going to go to our middle finger on E. Then our ring finger is going to go to F. And then our index finger is going to go to D. And then we'll do the exact same thing over again. So C, D, E, F, G, E, F, D, and then you loop it. C, so. And so on and so forth. So you can do this as many times as you want. So now what we're going to do is we're going to apply that wrist exercise that I was just talking about. So we're going to start with the thumb. We're going to go with our wrist going down. As we go to D, we're going to bring our wrist up. You see that? Then when we go to E, our wrist is going to go back down. As we go to F, our wrist is going to go back up. Go to G with wrist down. Then when we go to E, our wrist is going to go back up. When we go to F, our wrist will go back down. I know it's a lot to think about, but again, you can go slow. And then as you go to D, the wrist will go back up. And then when you find your way back to C to start the cycle over, back down with the wrist. D, go back up. E, go back down. F, go back up. G, down. E goes up. F goes down. D goes up. C goes down. And you can just continue that same cycle very slowly. And again, the idea is to keep everything loose. If you want to do this for the left hand, you would start with your pinky on C and you do the exact same thing. So wrist goes down. Ring finger plays D. Wrist goes up. Middle finger plays E, wrist goes down. Two finger, all right, index finger goes to F, wrist goes up. Thumb is going to play G, wrist goes down. Middle finger for E, wrist goes up. Index finger goes to F, wrist goes down. Ring finger goes to D, wrist goes up. And you can just loop it exactly the same way. So. And if you really want to challenge, you can do both hands together. Again, I'm not requiring this, but if that's too easy for you, you can do both hands together. Or you can work your way up to doing both hands together, whichever is easiest for you. I do have a video that I promised is basically how to improve your left hand speed on the piano. That video will show up either at the left or right corner of this video at some point within this window of time. So if this video was helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, make sure you turn on the notification bell. I do about 1 to 2 videos a week where I give you guys the basics on how to learn piano for the complete beginner, as you can see. And if you do have any questions, please put them in the comment section. I will be more than happy to answer them for you. So thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in a future video.